Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So, I'm getting tired of bashing the pinephone Kool-Aid drinkers. So, I'm gonna turn my topics over to moving on the Linux community because they're behind the pinephone and the idiosyncrasies that come along with the pinephone. So we're going to take a look at that today. I found an interesting review about moving to Windows 11 or moving to Linux, and it really spells out what's really going on there. I want everybody to listen to it.
Before I start, I want to be clear. This isn't a Windows is better than Linux video. If you're a Linux user and you think that everything else sucks, feel free to skip this video. As some of you
Yeah, because you're not going to like it.
And of course experience the usual stuff that you can expect with a brand new operating system. And whilst the bugs are continuing to get fixed, I thought I would try Linux. So here is my Linux expectation versus Linux reality check. The expectation. When I was researching the idea of moving to Linux, everywhere I looked there was a promise of an amazing community of Linux people who would be by my side as we cut with Windows cord and stick it to the man. The reality, what a load of... There is no community of Linux users, but there are a bunch of Linux distro tribes, and boy do they hate each other. I dared ask which distro I should use based on my requirements, and instead of getting, hey, you should try this, oh, hey, you should look at that, I mostly got, don't ever install blank. So that's not super helpful. The expectation, we welcome newbies who are coming across from Windows and Mac, and if you get stuck, there are so many places you can go and ask questions and get help. The reality, well, there are two camps here. Those who are generally helpful and are happy to help us newbies, and those mostly a bunch of elitists who we're better than you. Unfortunately, the latter group is far louder than the former. Look, as you can see from this channel...
Yes, as we know by the pinephone forum, particularly the thread Shame on Pinephone, we know what those elitists are all about, don't we?
I don't believe in just showing a solution to a problem. So when I was posting specific questions outlining the research that I've done, the steps that I've taken, and where I was stuck, I was certainly not expecting someone to hand a solution on a silver platter. However, I didn't expect for so many people to reply with RTFM. I mean, could you be any less helpful? That's like telling someone who is lost and asking for direction that they should learn about compass points, orientation in time and space as you laugh and walk away. At least point us in the right direction as we fumble our way through this. And remember, these questions were posted in forums that were specifically titled Linux for Newbies. So, thanks for nothing. The expectation.
Ooh, thanks for nothing.
To how they work on
Kudos
Windows, but they surely
from me
work.
too.
The reality, somewhat bullshit. Not everything just works. Not everything has an equivalent app, especially when you venture beyond the basics of Office productivity suites. When you do find apps, they simply don't have the same features and options that their Windows equivalent apps have. So you spend so much time manually tweaking settings. Reminds me of the olden days of Windows when we needed to change the autoexec.bat, config those sys files and changes to the IRQ on the sound blaster just to make everything work. And I'm sorry, that really isn't owning the operating system or whatever crap they tell you when you dare ask questions in a mighty community. It's just a total waste of time. There are loads of incompatibility issues with hardware devices, printers, scanners, cameras, audio, video mixers, non-English keyboards, and don't get me started on processors and graphics cards. If you make the mistake of asking these questions, you get attacked for using it wrong, or getting told off for buying the wrong hardware device.
Wow, you guys must hate this guy. He thinks you're assholes. I know why too.
Prices in the first place. Oh please. On what planet does it make sense for anyone to throw out perfectly working hardware to replace it with another brand just to make it work on Linux? And it's not really Linux's fault. What it seems to boil down to is simple. Although this is somewhat changing, companies are just not that focused on Linux when they're developing software or developing hardware. So it's up to the die-hard Linux people to create utilities that bridge the gap, and in many cases they do it for free. But here's the thing. You can be as pissed off as you like about closed source applications and closed source operating systems, but I'm sorry to tell you this, But the argument that just because Linux is mainly open source doesn't by default make it better. Something
Correct.
new comes out, it says it works for Windows, it says it works for Mac, and it says...
Are you guys enjoying the truth telling? I gotta write this guy a letter asking him if he wants to join the pinephone action. Maybe I should send him a phone first so he can feel the pain of all the poor people who bought the piece of crap.
There's nothing about Linux. So you spend the next couple of hours researching to see if it will work. And again, I'm not hating on Linux itself. I'm hating on the experience from a Windows user point of view trying to move to Linux. I'm hating on the fact that some people think that you need to put down us Windows people and bash our choices in order to show how great they are. I'm hating on the fact that people can't recognize that not everyone in the world is in the same boat. Not everybody has 10 hours a day to learn a new OS. Some of us have stuff to...
That means get a fucking life.
I hope I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the comments below are going to be filled with Linux people who by now are frothing at the mouth, picking apart bits of these videos,
Yeah.
and thereby simply proving my point.
Here's to you, buddy.
I'm not leaving Linux, but as of right now, as a desktop, it is just more of a hassle than it's worth. And if you're not technical, the moment you step outside of the pretty GUI interface, be prepared for a world of downtime, loads of frustration from that incredibly unhelpful community. And this is
Unhelpful
is your
community.
friend.
How
And
dare
there's
he?
Loads of amazing creators on here on this platform. So now, if you're thinking about installing Windows 11, here's how you can do that without removing Windows 10. And over here, you can check out a video that YouTube thinks you should watch. Hit the head down here to subscribe if this is your first time here, and I'll see you in this video, or
I'm going to subscribe. I don't know why it stopped.
see you in both. Can't wait to see the comments.
Oh, I gotta put some really complimentary comments in. Just excuse me for a minute, guys, while I type. Okay, I just left him a beautiful comment about how great this video was, and I hope all you guys enjoyed it too. I know that some of you don't like it at all, do ya? Yeah. Go pinephone, go Linux, eh? Ha ha ha! It looks good on you. Thanks for watching, everybody. And remember, Sparky's expanded his phrase now. Not only does he not like pinephone, I don't think he likes Linux either, because of the nasty community. Thanks for watching, everyone. Oh, thanks for giving me something to do instead of working on Linux problems all day long. These videos are great. Take care.